Faith Evans, Love Like This. Coming up in the next hour, I'll be hitting the decks for the Good Groove Deeper Cuts mix. In the next hour, we're going to hear from TV presenter Adi Adepitan, who'll be choosing the tracks that take him back to the dance floor of his youth in Rewind Selector. And I've got to tell you, it's brilliant. And Alexander O'Neill is on the way, so don't go anywhere as that Feel Good Friday vibes continue after the news. This is BBC Radio 2. On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. President Volodymyr Zelensky says continued Western support could help Ukraine to victory against Russia within a year. He was speaking on the first anniversary of the invasion, just hours after the first tanks from allied countries arrived in Ukraine from Poland. The G7 group of nations have reiterated their support by vowing to punish any country helping Russia evade sanctions. Speaking at a news conference in Kiev, Mr. Zelensky said he believed Ukraine's allies would help achieve victory.
If they keep their word and meet their deadlines and it's not just blah, 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 then I believe in it. I think we are powerful partners and there is proof of that. If we all do our homework, victory will inevitably await us.
A fifth person's been arrested in Northern Ireland in connection with the shooting of an off-duty police officer in Omagh. The man is believed to be being held under the Terrorism Act. Detective Chief Inspector John Caldwell remains critically ill in hospital following the attack on Wednesday. Police say they're focusing their investigation on the dissident Republican group, the New IRA. Junior doctors in England have announced 3 consecutive days of strike action from the 13th to the 15th of March in their dispute about pay. The government said no meaningful talks could take place unless the action was called off by their union, the British Medical Association. Dr Robert Lawrenson is the co-chair of the BMA's Junior Doctors Committee. He says inflation has eroded wages and damaged morale.
Doctors have lost 26.1% of their pay over the last 15 years. We are not worth less than a doctor in 2008. Doctors are graduating on £14 an hour.
The SNP has confirmed that 3 candidates will take part in the race to succeed Nicola Sturgeon as party leader and Scotland's First Minister. Kate Forbes, Humza Yousaf and Ash Regan have all received the required number of nominations to stand. The result will be announced at the end of March. Ms Regan launched her campaign today. Lorna Gordon was listening.
She said that if she became a party leader, she'd set up an independence commission on the first day of her job, and that her position would be that a majority of seats and votes cast in any election going forward would trigger negotiations on Scotland becoming independent. She conceded she was the outsider, but she said that her party and indeed the independence movement had been divided for far too long by petty differences and personal agendas.
Margaret Thatcher's former press secretary, Sir Bernard Ingham, has died at the age of 90. Sir Bernard began his career as a journalist, but went on to work in Downing Street from 1979 until Lady Thatcher's resignation in 1990. And the weather, a dry, clear night for the western half of the UK, but eastern areas and the far north of Scotland will continue to see patchy cloud and a few showers. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 10.
Let's dance.
The Good Groove BBC Radio 2. We're going to hear from Adi Adepitan as our rewind selector. The Good Groove Deeper Cuts mix is incoming, as is music from Kool and the Gang, Majestic and Alexander O'Neill. Promise.
The Good Groove with DJ Spoonie.
BBC Radio 2.
What a way to start hour 2. Been going through my old vinyl trying to organise the albums into alphabetical order, like proper library alphabetical order as well. But I had to pause when I came across this album. It got cleaned, it went on the deck, and we started grooving.